Hello people, welcome back. In today's session, we'll talk about the central tendency of the data. So there are three important measures of central tendency, which is mean, also called as an average, median, which is the central value of the data, and the mode, which is the highest frequency value of the data. So mean is simple average value of the data. Median is the central value of the data when data is ordered. Central value, let me write as in central value of a ordered data. Ordered data means when data is arranged in ascending or descending order, and mode is the value which appears highest number of time. This is called as an highest frequency value as well. How do we calculate? Let's take a simple example of your data. Let's say suppose I'm generating the data here and you are taking some time to reach office every day, right? So some random numbers I'm generating here, maybe you are taking around 20 to 30 minutes to reach office. And this data you have collected for last couple of days. Assume, let's say you have last 25 days of the data you have collected. All right. So this data now we have for 25 days of the data. I just copy paste this as a value so that the values should not be changing. And now I wanted to calculate out of this data that what is the central tendency. So you know mean is the average value. In Excel, you can get the average with a very simple formula, which is average formula is equal to, if you want to calculate these three things out of this data with the Excel. So mean is average. And if I select these data values from here to here, I got my average value as in 24.08 of this data. Median is the data value when you arrange your data in ascending or descending order. And if I put this formula of median and select this value, so this is going to give me the median as in 24. This is the formula MEDIAN. If I look for the mode, and mode I wanted to calculate of this data, so which value appears maximum number of time as in a chronological order is 22. So 22 is the mode of this data. Now, what do you mean exactly by mean, median, and mode? So mean is the average. Average is what? It will take sum of all value and divide by the count of the value. So if I look, what is the sum of all these value here? The sum. So formula will work. Sum means you are adding up each and every of these values with each other. And the sum of the value you got 602. How many total observation I have? The number of observation which I have here is I got 25. So what is my average or the mean will be? Sum of all value 602 divide by the count of value 25, and I got it 24.08, which we calculated with the Excel formula as well. I hope it's clear. Now, what is the median? Median is the central value of the order data. So it will work like n plus 1 divided by 2. If this formula you are using, that nth value what you receive in the order data, that will be your median. So n is the total count of values here. So if I look for this total count of value is the 22. But before that, you have to arrange this data in a ordered position. So I just select this data. I go to the data here and I click on, let's say, A to Z. Data is ordered now, all the data in ascending order. So total number of count I already know 25 plus 1 divided by 2, that will become your median. So if I look for the median of this data, so then it will be n. How much is the n? Is the count 25 plus 1 divided by 2 So 13th value is your median. Now, what is your 13th value of this data? If I do the numbering of this data in ascending order like this and check out what is my 13th value, so it is coming 24 is my 13th value, right? So 24 is your median, which we got here with the Excel formula as well. So always what you do, the very simple thing, median is 24. Let me put up 13th value is your 24. So median will be of this data will be 24. So what you are supposed to do always, arrange your data first in ascending and descending order, take the total count of the value, do the n, which is count, here it was 25, plus 1 is 26, divided by 2 is 13. So 13th value in a ascending order is your median of the data. In case, suppose you don't have this 25 value. If I do this, one more value I add here is the 26. And let's say 26 value is 31 in a order. So if I calculate for all this data, and here I add this value to one more time, right? Which is C8 to C33. And here also C8 to C33 I am doing. So median is changing. Here I am doing the C8 to 33. So mode is changing. Now the sum of all value will also change. Now the count will also change to 26. And of course, average will change like this. And so median is coming as an 13.5. 13.5 median. What does it mean? 13.5 median is 13.5 value will come between 13 and 14. This is for I am telling for the even number. So you will be taking the sum of 13 and 14 value, divide by 2, then you will get the 13.5. So my 13th value is 24 and the same is for the 14th as well. So the median in this case will be 13th value 24 plus 14th value 24 divide by 2. That means my median is the 24. This is the way we find out the median for the even values. Now the mode is the highest frequency value of the data. So mode is coming 22 here. If I check which value appears maximum number of time is the mode. Suppose I select this data and I just put a pivot table in this, maybe in the new worksheet, existing worksheet itself, where I will put the pivot table, let's say in this column itself, and click on OK. If I see time to office, these are the numbers of minute I am taking. Unique value. How many time each value is appearing? This is the, if I right click and convert into the count, value field setting, and here is the count. So each value is appearing this much number of time. Now count of this value, if I arrange into descending order, so I will get the highest frequency value first. What? 24 I am getting the value which is appearing maximum number of time, followed by 22 like this. Both are at the 4. So if I want to find out the median, because it's a bimodal data, I simply tell you, bimodal means you have the 2 mode. Sometime data will be trimodal data when you have the 3 modes. Sometime model will be the multimodal data when you have the multiple modes, or it's a unimodal data when you have only one mode. So this is the bimodal data when the 2 values appears at the same number of time, 4. So when you are calculating the Excel is always calculating a chronological order or ascending order. So first comes 22, then comes 24. So that's how it is giving you the mode as in 22. But it's a bimodal data because 22 and 24 both appears at the same time. I will explain about the dispersion in the next session. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next session.